Hi everybody, I'm back home, no more vacation, so down to business again. I chose to do the values and preferences, what's most important to you, self-assessment. I found that this was very eye-opening. Also, it took me a while. I was reviewing over the questions and really reading them and take them to heart. And it wasn't like a quick, I'm just going to mark some. Like, I really took the time to kind of wait it out a little bit. Choosing 5 was challenging, and some of them I was like, well, that's similar. I think that would be okay. And then if I was being real with myself and being totally honest, what is my most important career values? So I was able to rank those, helping others and working for something that you believe in. I find that that's something I'm very passionate about, and I think that's one reason that led me to the career field that I'm in now. Clear expectations and procedures. I know that that kind of sounds too easy, but I think that's very important to know what your boss wants out of you. What am I supposed to be doing in this job? And currently, if I'm being real with myself again, I feel like that needs to be more firm in the location that I'm in now, just because people are making the rules up as they go, maybe, and they're not being enforced in really what the expectations are, and that kind of lets the team down. Also, I selected opportunity for growth and chance to advance. If I knew that there wasn't anywhere else to go, what would be the point of continuing to work? Like, I need that drive and that passion to be there because I know that I could advance and learn even more in my career. And lastly, I chose money earned and financial rewards. And we all can take a big deal about that because we're not going to get rich in this profession dealing with education or counseling, but it goes back to just knowing that at the end of the day, I'm able to provide for my family and go on vacations or buy a new dress if I need to and not feel bad about it. But it also, saving money is important too, and not just splurging all the time. Another reason I chose this one is because it made me look at the environment and the lifestyle and what's the importance of those and ranking those and choosing those. And, it's important to be happy in your career. And if, for instance, I wrote down if I couldn't be happy if I was away from my family, if I had to commute to my work, let's say an hour each way, I would not be happy. That would be 2 hours of my life that I would be also spending away from my family, in addition to the 8-hour plus day that I've already done. So I think that that would take a toll on my family, and that would be something very important for me to remember is location for sure. Also, I said to live in a house. It's something that I think we all take for granted, the things that we are blessed with. And if I didn't have my house, I think I'd be pretty sad. Even though we're constantly looking for something else, I do really love my house and our neighbors. And I think that makes for my lifestyle of happiness too. And then I also said to travel. I think it's so important to take time away and just relax, to focus on your family, to focus on yourself. Self-care, one of the very first classes that I learned, and I pull that card a lot. I'm like, self-care, I need a 10-minute, doing something for myself to make sure that I am mentally where I need to be and prepared for my job at hand. So yes, I really do feel like the the worksheet was very beneficial. So the aspects of the career development, it really, the focus was to look real hard and to select the most important career values as well as your environment and lifestyle, and to be able to explore and to determine what is most important. So I believe that is the purpose of this self-assessment that I did today. Some strengths of this one is that it helps you prioritize. It helped me, and it would help others, to really dig deep and to decide what is really most important to you. And then it also talked about compromise. What are you willing to compromise when it comes to your career? I used traveling as an example, commuting as one already, but then also like how much pressure can you handle? How much room for creativity, is that important to you? If we go back to expectations and expectations on the job, knowing those things, would you be willing to compromise your creativity for that? So I think it just helps to prioritize, and that's a strength of it for sure. A limitation is that, yes, it helps to decide important aspects of a career, but it doesn't reveal your career strengths. Like, it doesn't say, okay, you just completed this self-assessment. You need to be a teacher. You need to be a mental health counselor. It just helps you to prioritize, like the strength was. It doesn't help you to, it's just surface level. It doesn't tell you your next step. It doesn't tell you what college class you need to enroll in or anything. And some of those other self-assessments out there do kind of point you to a career pathway per se. So I believe that this would be a limitation, especially if you're wanting to know, well, what career pathway should I go down? And really, as we talked about it too, you don't know necessarily until you get your feet wet, till you start the job or you start those college classes to really realize if that's the pathway that you want to go down. And sometimes it takes years to figure that out, but maybe starting early, maybe middle school, definitely even in elementary school, talking about careers and what steps it takes to get there. I believe that this assessment will help future populations. For instance, I used this today in my therapy session. I pulled it up, and one of my clients is struggling with their career. And I said, hey, well, let's just take a second and let's talk about your values. Like, what are the most important things? And this worksheet wanted you to select 5. And he selected about 10. And I told him that that was fine because we're just exploring and developing those thoughts and importance. So it was okay. And he only scratched out just a couple, and he was able to describe to me why those aren't important to him, and I found a lot of benefit in it. And once again, dipping in both of my classes at the same time, but I think that's what Dr. Brogan might be proud of, and a couple other professors too. So also a midlife crisis, I could whip this out in one of those therapy sessions of a 40-year-old, just like, what is going on? Or someone that is struggling in their job. Is this really where I want to be? And those type of things, and help get those priorities back in order. And of course, this would be awesome in school counseling to sit down and work with a student one-on-one to discuss values and preferences. And it might be a little young for them, but they have those developing thoughts, and they know and they see from their parents what's important to them. And then, of course, in college advising, I think this would be great. Just a different tool to use to explore and all those things. So That's it, guys. Thank you.